Okay, go.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Earp, and I'm usually a knitwear designer, but obviously, with times being what they are, I have been put to work sewing masks for my family and also for good friends of ours down the street. And I'm using the mask pattern from Craft for Passion. I'll link to that. But I've made a few little changes to it that I think make it a little bit easier, so I thought I would share what I'm doing. So first of all, using the man-sized pocket version of the mask. But my first draft, I realized that for both of the men that I'm sewing for, this was a little short down here. So I actually added about an inch. You can see that here. Once it's all sewn up, there is actually a little bit more length to this. So it has an exterior and an interior lining and a little pocket here. So if you have something else you want to put in, like another piece of fabric, some people are saying vacuum bags, non-woven fabrics like the kinds you get for shopping totes and stuff can be useful. So that's the basic thing. But the original pattern calls for using bias tape to make a nose wire, and I hate sewing bias tape, so I kind of MacGyvered it so that I don't have to do that. So what I've done is just actually, once I'm finished putting it all together, I've added a little bit of a pocket here by just sewing a few inches along the top, and then I'm using a little piece of pipe cleaner that's from my daughter's craft box. You fold up the edges so that they don't hurt you, and then you could just actually insert it into the finished mask. You kind of slide it into that. I'll get rid of here. You slide it into this little pocket that's made. Get it through the seam. Oh, I think I put my wrong edge in. Anyway, you put it into here, and then you have something that you can fold down, which is really great for people who wear glasses. And then when you want to wash it, ideally you would take that out because it'll fall out. It won't really damage it, but if you don't want to lose it, you would take it out. And then the other thing that I've sort of changed compared to the version, actually it's not a change, but it's a sort of a little bit of a hack, which is that instead of doing ties behind the ear, which can hurt, is the way that I'm inserting my elastic, or you can use any kind of cord, is I'm threading it up through one side from the bottom, then up around like this, and then down through from top to bottom on the other side. And what this does is basically, when you go to put it on, you put both sides over your head, position this, put this up at the top of your head, and then you can pull on your ends down here to tighten and adjust it like that. And then the last thing I've done is I did have a couple of toggles that I cut off a coat, but I've run out of those. So to make it easier to tighten and so that you don't lose your ends, I've just added a two-hole button and threaded it through, and it just kind of gives you something to tighten easily behind your back, behind your neck, and then you can tie it here, and then when you want to take it off, you just untie the knot and pull this back. So yeah, that's my little version of the mask. I'm not a great sewist, but I'm happy to be able to provide these for my family and for our friends. I hope it helps. Bye.